by Avo Technology.
This ferocious monster is the Hellhound, pursuing Percy and his companions on their journey to the Underworld. In order to proceed, Percy enters a bedding store, where an elderly man in green emerges. Percy reveals his name to be Procrustes, also known as Castor, a son of Poseidon specialized in killing travelers. Unfazed, the old man invites Percy to rest in a bed, but Percy refuses, aware that Castor's method of killing involves adjusting the length of the bed to the traveler's height. Castor forces shorter individuals to sleep in longer beds, elongating their bodies to match the bed's length. Similarly, taller individuals are forced to sleep in shorter beds, and Castor uses an axe to shorten the legs of those who extend them. Due to this brutal method, Castor is known as the Iron Bed Bandit. Percy also knows that Castor is responsible for guarding the entrance to the Underworld and requests passage, but Castor insists on showcasing the comfort of the beds, urging Percy to try one. Realizing the situation, Percy is compelled to have Castor demonstrate. In the next moment, Castor is ensnared by sheets, revealing that Annabeth is wearing an invisibility cap. Percy and Annabeth successfully subdue Castor, and Grover appears. The trio then arrives at Castor's office and opens a door with a sign, warning not to enter, the gateway to the Underworld. The ominous atmosphere makes Grover uneasy, but Annabeth hands him a stress ball to help him relax. For safety, Percy divides the pearls among the group to prevent any unforeseen incidents. Little did he know that this decision would save lives in the Underworld. After traversing the dark passage, the trio finally arrives in the dreaded Underworld, witnessing Charon, the ferryman of the Underworld, guiding new souls. This indicates that the entrance to the Underworld is ahead. Deciding to cut in line, Percy leads his companions through the crowded area and approaches Karen. Through their living appearance, Karen recognizes them, realizing they are not dead. Percy originally intended to bribe with coins, but he accidentally blew a whistle, prompting a roar. The trio realized something was amiss as the Hellhound appeared and swiftly chased them. Grover was devoured before they could rescue him, forcing the surviving two to escape separately. As Percy prepared to fight the Hellhound with his divine sword, he noticed the creature enjoying itself as Annabeth scratched it. The Hellhound yawned contentedly and fell asleep. Grover emerged unharmed from its mouth. Due to Annabeth's inability to keep this up for long, Grover activated flight and took Percy to the city walls. However, they were only saved when the decompression ball arrived. Percy, curious, almost got himself eaten by the Hellhound while checking it. Fortunately, Anna's call saved them from the peril. The trio reunited safely after Annabeth distracted the Hellhound with the ball. Their next destination was Hades' palace. While passing through a forest, they witnessed a strange scene. Grover revealed he had lost a pearl, which he might need to leave behind if necessary. Percy, unwilling to abandon a companion, handed over the pearl needed to save his mother. Just as they were about to continue their journey, they were startled by the souls behind them. However, in the face of the three living individuals, the souls seemed indifferent. Annabeth explained that they couldn't hear or see them. They were surrounded by souls whose legs had turned into tree roots. These souls were trapped by regrets, entangled in choices they made or didn't make during their lifetimes. Suddenly, the roar of the Hellhound echoed, prompting Percy and Grover to hastily escape. However, Annabeth didn't follow them. When they quickly returned, they found her entangled by tree roots, unable to move. Grover realized that Annabeth must have some lingering regrets, trapping her in this place. Helplessly, Annabeth urged them to leave quickly and volunteered to attract the attention of the Hellhound. After Percy and Grover left, Annabeth activated a pearl and left the Underworld. Percy and Grover entered a desert, and strangely, the Hellhound didn't pursue them. It seemed to be afraid of something. Just as the two were puzzled, Grover involuntarily walked towards the abyss, carried by his flying shoes. Percy quickly leaped and tightly grabbed Grover, inserting his sword into the ground just in time to prevent the fall. The flying shoes detached from Grover's feet and fell into the bottomless abyss. Before the two could catch their breath, a slight sound came from behind Percy. Curious, he took out something from his bag, and it turned out to be the lost thunderbolt of Zeus. He suddenly realized that it was the backpack given to him by the war god Ares. Ares had stolen the thunderbolt and had been deceiving them. It seemed that Ares was in league with Hades. Whether this was true or not could only be confirmed by meeting Hades. Now that the thunderbolt was found, they only needed to rescue Percy's mother. They arrived at the palace's door, and the guards opened it directly, seemingly expecting them. Upon entering the hall, they were transported smoothly to their destination. Hades quickly approached, welcoming their arrival. Percy directly demanded the release of his mother, and without hesitation, Hades led them to her. Afterwards, Hades asked Percy to hand over something in exchange for taking his mother. However, Percy couldn't give up the thunderbolt, as it would fulfill the conspiracy between Ares and him, leading to the war among the gods. Percy's words puzzled Hades, as he claimed not to be in collusion with Ares. Hades wasn't after the thunderbolt. He wanted the lost Helm of Darkness.
Your what?
My Helm of Darkness, it went missing just days before someone used it to turn invisible and steal the bolt. I'd like it back now, please, and then you get your mom back.
Hades' words left Percy perplexed. If it wasn't him who wanted the thunderbolt to provoke a war among the gods, then who could it be? After contemplating for a moment, Percy mentioned a name. Due to being chopped into pieces by the combined efforts of Zeus and his brothers, he was sealed deep in the depths of Tartarus, Typhon. This fueled the deep-seated resentment of Cronus, who sought to steal the thunderbolt to weaken Zeus, seize the opportunity to reclaim his throne, and overthrow Olympus. That's why there was something trying to pull them into the abyss as soon as the thunderbolt appeared. The person appearing in Percy's dreams wasn't Hades, but Cronus, the one attempting to overthrow Olympus. Realizing the severity of the situation, Hades asked Percy to seek his protection. If Cronus was summoning Percy first, it indicated danger. As long as Percy sought protection, Hades would keep them safe. He also requested Percy to hand over the thunderbolt to prepare for the upcoming war. Percy agreed to the proposal, but refused to give up the thunderbolt. Instead, he vowed to retrieve the Helm of Darkness in exchange for his mother. He then asked Grover to leave first and activated the pearl himself. They left the Underworld, and upon waking up, they found Annabeth already waiting for them. The trio was about to face the formidable war god Ares.